Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So if you're clicking on this video, I am sure you are wondering the question that is in the title, which is, why is my period so irregular and so late? Trust me, I feel like no one talks about this. Like, they talk about it, but like usually people are complaining about how their period is such a struggle and, oh my god, I'm on my period, it's such a struggle. And like, obviously periods are such a struggle, but it's even more of a struggle when they just don't show up, when they just decide to go away for a little while, go on a nice little vacation. And it can bring up like a lot of fear and alarm and worry, I feel like, if you're supposed to be getting your period and you're not. And by the way, this video is going to be if you are not getting your period for reasons other than pregnancy, because that is basically what I am experiencing right now. The current date I am filming this video is April 4th, and the last day I got my period was January, sometime in January. And so I've been dealing with that. That's also why I have not seen period days or weeks in my life from me in a little while. I've been to the doctor a bit to investigate, and I might possibly have something called polycystic ovarian syndrome. Not sure yet, that's an extreme case. We're still trying to get to the bottom of it, but I just kind of wanted to make this video because I feel like periods are something that's so annoying, and like anyone who menstruates, anyone who gets a period, we know how annoying the struggle of that is. But when it's not there, it causes worry, it causes fear, it causes alarm in us, because periods are a sign of health and it's a sign that your body is doing what it's supposed to be doing. And so when you don't get it, it can be a little scary. So if you clicked on this video, I just kind of wanted to give you like a guide almost to irregular periods and like what to do, when to worry, tips, possible causes, solutions, all of that. We're just gonna talk irregular periods to death basically. But before getting into the video, I wanted to give a huge thank you to Red Drop for sponsoring this video. And the reason I am including my collaboration with Red Drop in this video is because Red Drop's flexible subscription service can really help during irregular times like these. Red Drop is a company that is passionate about empowering young tweens through innovative and supportive period products. And their period prep kit shows just how amazing their flexible subscription is in times like these. Red Drop is all about empowering girls as they navigate puberty. They provide thoughtfully designed products like smaller and more accessible pads, also more comfortable, and also curated kits to make young tweens' first periods and periods onward a positive experience. And the reason why I am so happy to be working with them is because our message is really aligned. So if you like my videos, you like my content, then I would really check out Red Drop, because beyond just providing products, they also focus on education and opening up the conversation about topics like periods to make young girls feel less alone going through it. Tweens will be able to build their own subscription box and will also receive a tween period kit and period underwear, which will come once a month, or you can adjust the subscription service to fit your needs, which is why it is so perfect for if you are dealing with irregular periods. And you get to choose exactly what goes in your kit. So Red Drop was so kind to actually send me some of their products, which I'm going to unbox right now for you so you can get my actual opinion on them, because they also sent me a pair of their period underwear, which as you can see looks so comfortable, and you can't exactly feel it through the screen, but the crotch area is very thick, padded, and just comfortable. It's very soft and very well suited, very well designed to handle a heavy period. Red Drop actually has the largest variety of pads on the market, from smallest to largest, and they are leak proof and chemical free, which is amazing for me because like my body is so sensitive to anything new. So let's unbox really quickly right now. They sent me a bunch of different kinds of their pads, flow day and flow night protection, and as you can see, they are different sizes. They go up in size so that if you have a heavier flow, you can wear a bigger size one day and a smaller size the next day. They are fragrance free, bleach free, and dye free. These are definitely my favorite because I have a heavy flow, so when I do get my period, it is incredibly difficult to not leak, so the maximum protection ones would definitely be the right ones for me. I just love the kind of customized and personal and like young approach, because these pads are geared towards targeted to tweens and teens, and even though you can get like size 5 like maximum protection, they're super discreet and you can't even see them through leggings. But they also sent me a tween period kit, and as you can see on the front, it shows you exactly what is included. Let's open it up. So the first thing in my tween period kit are more maximum protection pads, which I ordered because I know when I get my period, especially after having not gotten it for a while, it's gonna be heavy. And then more of these smaller ones for lighter days, like, you know, when your period's kind of about to end. And then this is honestly one of my favorite things that they sent me. It's a little bag that says glow on it. It can hold any stained underwear, dirty hygiene wipes, or you can even put new pads in here, basically anything. And this will correspond to a later part of the video with some of my advice about irregular periods, but they even include a little period tracker for you in the kit. Like, how amazing is that? In my kit, I also picked the flow night protection and then the everyday protection, which these are like the most, I guess, like regular ones. If you just kind of have a regular average flow, I would get these. In the yellow box, the everyday protection ones, and then I got more flow night protection ones because because I worry so much that my period is going to leak all over my bed at night. Hygiene wipes can also be included, and I just want you to look at this for a minute. Look at this little bathroom pass that they have created, and look at what it says on the back. I personally think that that is absolutely amazing. And you can use my code that I will put on the screen and also link down below to get 10% off of your first order from Red Drop. I just personally love how customizable this whole brand is, because I always feel like I don't want to order like period kits online because I won't like what's in them, but Red Drop makes that so easy for you and so easy to navigate irregular periods. Okay, so now for actually talking about irregular periods. First of all, you might be wondering, is my period even considered irregular, and what is an irregular period? So the typical length of a healthy cycle is around 28 days. So if you're getting your period every less than 21 days or more than 35 days, it is a sign that your period could be irregular. Also, if you have a really heavy period, one period, and then really light, and then kind of barely nothing, and then really heavy again, if like the actual consistency of your period is really up and down, you could have irregular periods. If you also have weird spotting in between periods that isn't really a full period, but you're not sure what it is and it's not really ovulation spotting, that could also be a sign of an irregular period. And if you go for a really, really long time without having your period, like I'm currently experiencing right now, that's obviously also a sign of an irregular period. So basically, irregular periods are when your period comes early, late, or not at all. And also if like the length of your cycle varies more and more each time, like let's say one of your cycles is 28 days, but then the next one is 40 days and the next one is like 18 days, then that is also considered having an irregular period. And I know in the title I said when to worry, however, I am not a medical doctor, so take my advice and take what I say with a grain of salt. But my personal rule of thumb is if I've gone a couple months, 3 months without getting my period, I would go to the doctor myself. But again, there's no real reason to worry, because your doctor could say it's just totally something normal and nothing's wrong at all. Your body goes through phases, sometimes illnesses or surgeries or travel events or major life events, or a change in your diet or exercise or weight can affect your period, can affect your hormones, and basically can just affect your whole system. I know you might be wondering like if you have endometriosis or PCOS or some other condition like that, but just because you have an irregular period doesn't necessarily mean that you have an actual syndrome or condition. It could just be what your body's going through right now, but it also could mean that you do have that syndrome or condition, and that is why it is important to check with your doctor if you are really concerned. However, I do have some tips for fixing your cycle that have worked for me and that I wanted to share with you guys to kind of make having irregular periods more manageable. My first major tip is track your cycle, and when I say track your cycle, I don't mean like just write the first day of your first period, because you might be thinking, well, I'm not getting my period, so how can I write that? I mean, track everything. Track the irregular spotting, track your symptoms, track if you're more hungry one day or the next, track any discharge, track cramps, track if your boobs are sore, track any of that stuff, because it will really help kind of point you in the right direction, get to know your body and see when your period's coming, and kind of just get you more in tune with your body. And not only to see when your period's coming, but also to have actual information that you can give to your doctor if you end up going to the doctor. Next tip, always have products on hand, because when you have an irregular period, the most annoying part is never knowing when you're gonna get it, which is why Red Drop's products are truly amazing, because they're so small and flexible and discreet, and you can like literally put this package like in your locker. People might just think it's wipes, not really know what it is, but you get my point. Always have products on hand, have them in your backpack, your purse, even like the pocket of your jacket, or in your locker, and in your house, just anywhere you can access them, because the problem with irregular periods is that they can make life kind of hellish and just kind of spring up on you, so make sure that you always have products on hand. My next tip, and this is a big one, is manage stress. So much of the time our bodies will go into states of stress when we are stressed emotionally, and so that is why often if you aren't getting your period, sometimes it can be due to a major life event or extreme emotional stress. If you're really grieving something, if you're like a really hardworking focused student who's under a lot of stress for exams, or just anything like that, like there's such a large spectrum of emotional stress, and putting that stress on your body can oftentimes delay your period or make you not get your period at all, or can even make periods lighter. Your doctor could probably elaborate on this, but big tip is just manage your stress. Calm down, relax, do some meditation, because it will relax your body and allow your period to come. My fourth tip, and this is such a huge one that I'm still working on myself, but take care of your diet and exercise. No big extreme is ever good, and oftentimes it can really throw off your hormones and lead to a hormone imbalance, which therefore leads to your periods being irregular. So don't undereat, don't overeat, don't under-exercise, don't over-exercise. It's really important to find a happy medium that works well for you, yourself, and your body. If you aren't getting enough to eat, you're not going to get your period, and if you're losing a lot of weight, you're not going to get your period oftentimes, unless you're doing it in a controlled and managed way for your own health purposes. That is strongly emphasized. Same with overeating, however, and putting on a lot of weight. Anything like that can throw off your hormones and lead to you potentially not getting your period. Same with over-exercising. If your body is so strained from the amount of exercise you're doing, you might have to scale it back a little and not do as much cardio or weightlifting. Talk to your doctor and see how much exercise you should be doing for someone of your height and weight. Same goes for eating, if you need to figure out how to kind of get things in balance. However, moving your body is important, and I feel like a healthy amount of exercise and as well a healthy amount of food and keeping up a good nutritious diet can help bring your period on. It's also important to keep any illnesses, surgeries, and travel in mind. If you have a really bad cold or something like mono that I feel like a lot of teens get, that can kind of throw off your body and delay your period for a little while or just make your periods kind of weird. Same goes for travel. Sometimes going on an airplane can stop ovulation. I know it's really weird, but it's apparently true. And just the time zone differences and the stress that goes with travel, it can throw off your period. And same goes for surgeries. If you've been put under general anesthesia or started a new medication or anything that's just kind of altering your body or your life in any way, could be disrupting your cycle. So keep that in mind and give it time. And my next tip, don't be scared to go to the doctor. I feel like I'm so glad that I went to the doctor a little while ago to figure out why I wasn't getting my period, because they can really give you like actual advice that isn't coming from the internet and advice that's specific to you and your body. And they can do imaging, they can do ultrasounds, they can diagnose you, they can rule out what like actually might be wrong with you that is causing you to have irregular periods, or they might assure you that nothing is wrong in fact. So don't be scared to go to the doctor, because you can get a lot of answers through that. And I would say if you've gone around 2 or 3 months without getting your period and your periods have always been regular and now they're suddenly irregular, I would go to the doctor personally myself. And my last kind of tip for just like what to do is consider treatment options. Obviously this happens once you go to the doctor. I'm not a pharmacist, I'm not a doctor at all, but there are definitely treatment options available to you. So if you do have irregular periods, just know that one, you're not alone, because so many people go through this, but also know that it's not going to last forever, because there are treatment options out there. Obviously I'm not recommending this like as a doctor or anything like that, but sometimes going on birth control or oral contraceptives helps. There's also other medications or supplements that doctors may prescribe to you that will help regulate your periods. Sometimes imaging like ultrasounds can really help to diagnose you. So don't be scared to consider treatment options, because there is so much available out there for you that can really help get your body in check if natural remedies don't work themselves, and those are all things that can be discussed with your doctor. But that is it for this video, guys, and remember that you can get 10% off of your first order from Reddrop using my code rubix10, which I will put on the screen. The subscription service is absolutely amazing. I love the message that this brand stands for, and it's really great to try out to see what works for you and what products that you need for you and your own cycle, especially when navigating period irregularity. And once you're signed up, everything gets delivered right to your door, so you don't have to go to the store. Especially if you get your first period and you kind of just don't want to talk to your family about it, you can just boom, sign up for this. It's quick, it's online, it comes right to your door. You don't have to go out and remind your mom or your dad for pads every month. It is just a total game changer that will really make having your period so much easier, even when it's irregular. I'm just wishing you guys all so much luck out there if you're dealing with irregular periods, because they are so not fun. There are things you can do to fix them, however, and I really hope that this video kind of made you feel less alone and more reassured that things with your cycle will be okay eventually. You just might have to take some more steps than other people to get there. And so yeah, please make sure to like this video and also comment down below what you're going through in terms of regular periods, if you're getting them too early or too late, or if your cycles are just all over the place, so we can kind of all just have a conversation about it in the comments and maybe even help each other out. Share some tips about what's going on with us and what's been working for us to regulate our cycles. And also please subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more videos about periods, because I make so many period videos on my channel and I'm planning to make more in the future, so definitely make sure to subscribe if you're navigating that. And yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching it, and I love you guys. Bye!